Hi, everyone, and welcome to Success Talk. I'm your host, Aurea McGarry, and today I have a wonderful treat for you all. This woman is a dear friend, a beautiful soul, and she is coming to you straight from California. She is none other than Brenda Cooper, who is an Emmy Award-winning, let me rephrase that. She's a primetime Emmy-winning fashion stylist, costume designer, a transformational coach, and personal color expert. She won her Emmy for creating the designs and costumes for the iconic TV series, The Nanny. You may remember that show in the 90s, I'm sure you do, with Fran Drescher, and as co-host of E's hit TV show, Fashion Emergency. She is passionate and about empowering women to step into their greatness. Yes, even during our pandemic right now. She has found that the same shifts she made to encourage people to take risk in their wardrobe were the same shifts she could make to give them the confidence to take control of other areas of her life. She is a genius. She is sought after by celebrities, A-listers, which you'll find out about in a moment. And I wanted to bring her to you today because she can truly change your life and your confidence in the way you feel, just getting up and being at home, doing whatever it is that you do. But I am going to give you a quick quote from her brendacooper.com, because I really love this quote. She said, Brenda says, "I will transform your life by packaging your passion and purpose in such a way that you command authority with substance and style before you even say hello." I love that. Brenda, I love you so much. You are just amazing. Thank you for coming on today. Welcome to Success Talk.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to come on. I haven't seen you in person in a long time.
Way too long.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for that lovely introduction. I want to start off by adding, yes, I may do celebrities. Yes, I may work in Hollywood, but my passion is helping everyday women step into their magnificence. That's my absolute passion above all else.
Well, I can tell. That's why I wanted to bring you on, because you came to my Live Your Legacy Summit and you were such a hit, because all my women, and I deal with so many just entrepreneurs, small business women, nonprofits, and it's just your average walk of life. I don't say none of us are average, just above average, wonderful women, but that are not Hollywood celebrity stars. And you poured into all of us so much, and so much more about style and colors and fashion than we ever knew was even part of the conversation. And your mastermind table was jam-packed full because everybody wanted to take your class on style, and you had color swatches, and I don't even know what's going on over there. So I want to bring you back here so you can tell us a little bit more about that. So tell us, I'm going to ask you this first question. People magazine and stars like Rita Moreno, who I love, praise you and exceptional talent. Jamie Lee Curtis says something. She said that she has style now because of you. Tell us what style is. Kind of bring that down to, what does that mean? Does that mean
wow, that's what,
a gown?
What is style? That is always such a great question. I mean, style for me, I mean, there's a style of clothing, but your personal style is your personal expression. And it's an expression where your confidence is elevated, where you feel great about the way you look, where you feel great about who you are. And a great way to get you there is to start off by dressing the outside. You know, when I've worked with characters, particularly I'm thinking about Renee Taylor on The Nanny, she always tells audiences that it was her clothes that helped her find the character of Sylvia Fine on The Nanny, which is the greatest compliment to me. And, you know, regular women, and let me say this also, those celebrities in Hollywood, here in Hollywood, they were regular people. They were average people, like everyday women who went to Hollywood and became celebrities. So really, we're all the same. We're all the same. But using your clothes is a great way to just step into full self-expression. It's a great way to elevate your confidence. I always say that it's always the last thing we think about, but it's always the first thing that we see. And people, you're judged. We as human beings, unfortunately, we're judgment-making machines. It happens so fast in the back of our brains. we don't even know that we made a judgment, but we make a judgment. And oftentimes even coming on to like Zoom, I saw you for the first time, you saw me for the first time. We had a thought and an opinion, and I thought you look fabulous, by the way, about the way we look. And so it's really important. And one of the great things about the Nanny, even though it's decades old, when I read the comments in Instagram, in my Instagram, the look of Fran and the look of the other characters elevated people. It transformed people. It helped people step into their full self-expression by being, by being confident, by wearing what made them feel great. So clothes, they're incredibly important, and I'm incredibly passionate and thank the universe for giving me this talent that I have that I didn't even find or discover until I was 30. So
wow, that's going to bring me up to your next question too. But let me just say one thing about the Nanny is when I always say the eye buys. I was in sales for many years, and the eye buys. If you can show somebody before telling them anything, you've already got their attention. And when you're flipping channels, and I know back in the 90s we had fewer channels to choose from, but still there was a lot of competition to get viewers to watch any show. And the minute you turned on the Nanny, my eye was drawn to it. The colors, the fabulousness of it just brought you in. You wanted to see what that character Nanny would say when she opened her mouth, because she just looked so amazing and different. So with that, how do we find our style? Like, we know we're not dressing for TV, but can our style be casual, trendy? Can it be like, how do we know what our style is? Do we have to go by our body shape?
God, that's such a huge question, Aurea.
Well, that's why people hire you. Give us a snippet.
Yes, how can we find what your mojo is? It's by wearing what feels comfortable for you, but also by wearing clothes that fit and flatter your body.
That's a big
so
one.
Often women are buying trends, that the trend may not fit their body. I mean, they may not, we drop dollars and we have wardrobes filled with clothes that we don't wear, loads of them, because it may have felt great in the store, we were talked into buying it, but when we put it on and we look in the mirror, do we say yes? Or are we filled with kind of doubt? So it's finding those clothes, and fit is so important, and having it flatter you, and finding out what works for you, not following trend. Because when you're wearing the clothes that fit and flatter your body in the colors that illuminate you, then you will always be fashionable. So while I look at trend, while I see what's in the marketplace, I don't ever follow trend. And when I'm working with my clients, I don't follow trend. I look at their bodies, I look at their coloring, and I dress them in a way that fits and flatters their body. And then you're always fashionable, and you will always get a positive response, and you will always feel good about yourself.
You're saying exactly what my mom always told me. And now my daughter, just takes right after my mom with style. And she used to say what you would say, buy classics because they'll never go out of style, and accessorize with trendy things. So you can feel like you're, buying something that's trendy, but it's an accessory or a purse or shoes that, can come and go. But your wardrobe, if you stay classic, more like that, it'll last longer. Is that true?
Well, yes, if you buy classics, but at the same time, when the word classic can seem to many people limiting, but you want to find, like, whatever the trend is. If the trend is, let's say, fluorescence, that's coming up now, that's coming into season. Okay, so what do you do with the fluorescent? Well, buy something in a classic, elegant shape that fits and flatters your body, okay, that you can wear season after season. So, and if you're a bohemian type of girl, look at those bohemian, maxi dresses, but wear one. Try to practice having a discerning eye. Is this going to be out of fashion next season, or can I take this through 3 or 4 seasons? So I personally like a look that's clean and simple, and there's always a word, whether it's boho, whether it's grunge, whether it's, classic. It always has to be elegant. There always has to be an elegance and a grace about it. And even if it's ripped up jeans, you can wear a jean that has an elegance and a grace about it. And that will not only make you feel good, but you'll impact your environment in a positive way. You know, and people say that it's not important. You know, dressing isn't important. Well, number one, if it wasn't important, why is it a multi-billion-dollar business?
No.
Okay, and then the impression that you leave. You know, when you leave a positive impression, people tend to think other positive things about you. Studies have been done. University studies. I've got lots of studies that I have that have been done that are really eye-opening about the impact of your appearance.
They even have, I've read stories and articles about the impact it makes when you go to court. You know, colors make a big difference. You know, how a jury even sees you depending on the colors. You know, even, go ahead.
I mean, Aurea, that's so true. And I was involved in a court case a few years ago, and my lawyer was coaching me. I was actually being coached by my lawyer. I mean, absolutely, it's important.
Oh, there's a science behind it.
Yeah, it's important you're leaving an impression. I mean, it's not complicated. It's like you're leaving an impression. And the question is, what kind of impression do you want to leave? So, you know, now that we're all on Zoom, okay, it's like just because we aren't leaving our houses currently doesn't mean when you go on Zoom that you don't dress and treat it as if you're actually going into your office. So that there's some polish because sorry, Aurea?
I said preach that. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, no, definitely. Because like as soon as you hit Zoom or whatever it is, again, it's a first impression. And I want to give you a perfect example of this. Last night I was watching TV and something was being reported, and there was a reporter. It was on Zoom, and Aurea, what he had to say was really important. The reporter was in his bedroom, and I couldn't listen to what he was saying. I couldn't focus on him because all I could focus on was the laundry and the laundry detergent.
Oh my gosh.
That was on the bed behind him. Now, this is a CNN reporter. So, I mean, that's an example of,
absolutely.
It's the whole package. And really? Now that we're all on Zoom, now you're your own mini production company. Okay, so not only is it about what you wear, but it's also about the right lighting. It's also about your camera angle. It's also about how you sit on camera. So you've now become a little mini production company when it used to be the lighting department, the costume department, the director department over there, the writers over there. Now it's all here.
All that.
You're all of it. And
hold on.
Yeah.
That's why I did a quick Zoom. I did a quick video on, you know, how to just do very simple lighting and camera angle for the beginner for Zoom, just to show up, you know, because it can be too dark and you could have on the best outfit in the world, but your lighting is bad and you're scrunched down and everything behind you is distracting. Doesn't matter what you have on. That's their first impression versus you presenting yourself as the first impression. So, Brenda, is there a must-have piece of wardrobe clothing that a woman should have in her closet, or is the sky the limit? Is there no one piece that?
Oh my God! There's so many must-haves that you must have in your
closet.
Give us
like the top three.
But you know what I would say to that. I mean, my must-have is always, I mean, a tank. I want to keep it simple, so I always have. This is an elegant tank with a pair of black pants for me, okay? And then for today, I've just thrown a leather, soft, comfortable leather jacket. Beautiful. And it has an elegance, it's casual, it's hip, and it's so comfortable I could actually, you know, sleep in it. But it's a part of it. It's like fine.
It's one thing you're saying. What I'm saying, I think one of your ideas then is to make sure you have some things that are comfortable in your wardrobe would be a must. So must have would be comfort.
Well, let me just, I mean, often people think that being fashionable and looking fabulous and comfort don't go together. That is so not the truth. Yesterday, this weekend, I was preparing lots of Instagram posts around pandemic pajama wear that you can take to the grocery store.
What does that look like? I gotta see that.
Well, that looks like you're not wearing your traditional pajamas. Okay. And I realized that so much of my wardrobe, because I love style, but comfort is so important to me, that I could sleep in most of my clothes. So I was pulling on a pair of pull-on palazzo pants that you can buy on the internet with a very, just a pull-on waist, putting a tank on and putting an overpiece with it, a sweater or a sweatshirt if you're in a cold climate, or something light if you're in a warmer climate, like in California. But you can put together an outfit that you can, and I've been doing it for weeks, where you get up, you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, and then you go shopping.
Exactly. And
because and then I would change, I could change the overpiece during the day, but just to be comfortable, and to find your uniform. I mean, everyone has a uniform, find out what your go-to daily pieces are, and you can look polished. And people, they think that I'm at home, why bother? Well, I can tell you, today, just putting on a little bit of makeup, making myself look really nice. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to your inside. It's not just about, putting clothes on. It's so much more than that. It's like elevating, how you feel about yourself. And we all know that when we, polish up a little bit and put a little bit of makeup on, we always feel better. And so why shouldn't you feel better around your own home, especially right now?
Especially, because it does give you energy. And I remember when I used to do makeovers a while back, we used to say just at least every day put on enough makeup, just a little bit of makeup, so when you catch your reflection in your home, in your mirror, you don't go, oh gosh. You're like, oh, okay. You feel refreshed, you feel alive. We're not talking red carpet, red lipstick. We're talking just enough so you feel pretty when you catching your reflection. Same goes with your clothes, as you're saying. You can be comfortable, but still be your own style as we're in this quarantine and when we get out of quarantine. So just those days in the house, you still can have style, comfort, and feel good about yourself, have confidence, and feel pretty when you catch that reflection in the mirror at any time. And we all know there's those days when none of that's going to happen, but that's okay too. I love that you teach us. So for the most part, we can know how to do that, which is important. Now, Brenda,
absolutely.
I'm going to go backwards for a second. You said you got started when you were 30. How did this all begin? This is amazing. And I love showing women how their dreams don't have to come to fruition when they're 19, 21, or when they hit 30, it's too late. Tell us just a little real quick how that happened.
Well, that's also actually really important to me, because I have a lot of young people around me, supporting me with doing social media, who feel incredibly pressured because they're 21 and they don't know what they want to do. And I'm like, just be kind to yourself. I coach them around just letting go and being gentle with themselves. And I tell them the story that I did not find my career, which in fact found me at the age of 30, when I was, pursuing an acting career that was going nowhere faster than the speed of sound. And I had to get a job. And I wanted to stay within the industry, and I was always great, and I always loved putting clothing together. So I landed up getting a job assisting a costume designer. I had started a little consulting business of my own, where I would work with clients and go into their wardrobes and reinvent their wardrobes, and people were just so wowed by it. My second client knew a top Hollywood agent, and she said, he said to me, give her a call. And I wouldn't call her for 3 weeks, because I was like, I have no qualifications. I haven't been to school. I'm just good at putting clothing together. Well, I plucked up the courage. I made a call. 3 days later, I had an interview and a job with a designer. And 3 years later, I was walking up on stage to get an Emmy for the Nanny.
Oh my gosh.
It was just amazing. And one thing I'd like to add, for younger people, and even if you're not, younger person, even if you're just transitioning, that everything that you've done before leads to where you're going. So to not have any regret, because everything I did before, all that stuff that I did with acting, all the commercials I did, you know, all led to me understanding the process of an actor and being able to work with an actor in such a way and developing their character, that, like, knowing when to go in, knowing when to pull back, knowing, you know, how to speak to an actor, to speak the language of character building. So for whatever you're doing, even if you think it's nothing, I promise you, there'll be something in what you've learned already that will help you with something in the future.
That's great advice, because there is no wasted time. There is no wasted years. Everything is experience. So that's great advice that happened to you. And you're in the right place, the right time. You're in California. It can happen. It can happen to anyone if they're in their genius. So what I'm gathering, Brenda, is you really just always had a love and a knack for style, and this came naturally to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, it really did. It was my passion. Yes. I mean, I've always loved clothes. And then I think whatever aligned in the universe, because I wouldn't have actually gone towards it, but it actually, I was actually in a desperate situation of actually needing to pay my rent, and I had to get a job, and everything kind of came together. And then as it developed, I'm just passionate about women stepping into their magnificence, you know, having a wardrobe so that dressing becomes the easiest part of your day, elevating confidence, you know, which when you have an elevated confidence, you take risks. And it can all start with, you know, what you put on in the morning. So, and I love color. I'm passionate about color. I mean, every element, it's like every element of what we do to present ourselves to the world.
Yeah, Brenda, I'm so glad you shared that part with us, that when you got desperate, when you had to pay your bills, and that's what a lot of people, like 20 million people right now, just in America alone, might be feeling, that panic, that, oh gosh, I either have lost the job completely and it's not coming back, or I need to pivot. And I want to share that idea with them. They're watching this now, to go back into, I always teach my clients, go back to when somebody asked you when you were 6 years old, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's before we knew all the things we couldn't be, or all the reasons why we couldn't or shouldn't, or that's too many years degree. And it's just, what is in your heart? Because in there, I believe God gave us that desire that could blossom into something we can do if we give ourselves permission. And during crisis times like this, when better to say, okay, I got nothing to lose. Let me try doing something I really love, and thought, well, I should do that. That's not practical. And it becomes this genius of yours that just blesses the world like never before. But it came out of crisis or desperation, or you have no other choice but say, well, I can do that, but that's so easy. Could that be a job? And I mean easy because it comes easy to you. Fashion design would not come easy to me, but it comes easy to you. So I'm so glad you do it, because people.
Well, let me say, like cooking, like Aurea, cooking doesn't come easy to me at all.
No,
you know. But and I'm always someone that just, you know, runs out the door and gets something to eat. And because of this, I have now, I've learned, I've seen the opportunity. I mean, yes, it's a terrible time, and I have the greatest empathy for what everybody is going through. But we can also find an opportunity. I mean, the opportunities that I found have just been quite amazing, even if it's something as simple as cooking and learning how to cook food. And for me, it's like learning not to waste food, because I'm not very organized in the kitchen. So I buy stuff and then I land up throwing it away.
Me too.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? So I'm learning how food management, and how to manage manage meals. So there's lots of opportunities right now to learn. And one of my greatest lessons is the lesson of gratitude. There's so much that I'm now grateful for that I may have taken for granted. I mean, the other day I actually took a ride. I'm in California, and I took a ride up the coast, and it was so rare. It was nature. It was like the world is getting a chance to breathe, and it was the sky and the ocean and the colors. And it's like, and usually because we're so busy, you just don't see any of that stuff. And
we've been forced to slow down.
Yeah, well, it's like the world is taking a huge exhale. And again, it's not a time that is not easy for people who passed, people who lost their loved ones. But just keeping as positive an attitude as we can, and finding the opportunities, and
Amen.
even if it's putting on a nice something as simple as putting on a nice outfit during the day.
Wearing a pretty color.
It's a plus, because I'm talking to people on Zoom, and the first few weeks we were fine, and then I'm talking to people, and like a lot of people last week were just, I don't know, they were out of balance. They were kind of beginning to feel a little bit down about not being able to get out of the house.
Good days and bad days.
It's like just, regroup, and I do gratitude meditations each day, and just focus on what I'm grateful for, and then that elevates your vibration, which sounds woo-woo, but it's actually not.
Absolutely.
And you just, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad you also encouraging everybody that's watching to find your genius and use it now. And you have nothing to lose. Go for it. Doesn't matter how old you think you are, because most of us are over 30 now. Go for it, because I've reinvented myself many times, and the talents and your desires can come out in so many great ways to be of value to your community that you never knew you could. Brenda, now I know we've got to close up, but I know the people that are watching say, okay, how can they see more? Because what you do is very visual. I know you've got a great Instagram. I think you've had courses or books. Tell the viewers how they can get a hold of you. Can they have a free consultation? Do you have anything virtual they can come to? Any classes? This is your time. Let us know. We can tap in and see how this could work actually in our lives.
Okay, well, right now, there's not access to it, but I'm actually in the process of writing a book about style, which is a dressing system for women to make dressing the easiest part of your day. The best way to reach me is through Instagram. It's, at Brenda Cooper Style, and to DM me. And yes, I do online consults. I do online color consultations. I did one just the other day. Even though people come to my studio to have their colors done, I also do consult online, and we can go through your entire wardrobe. We could do a complete wardrobe makeover. So the best way to get to me is through Instagram at Brenda Cooper Style. And then next year, I think it's next year, my book will be out, and that will revolutionize the way women dress. I'm very excited, and I'm with one of the top publishers, and again, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share my expertise, so that women can, step into their best selves.
And we're so glad. I'm so glad you will have a book, because everything you were telling us earlier, I'm trying to visualize. And you're right, the eye does buy. So we need to see this. We need to see what you're talking about and see how this works. So I encourage everybody, get your consultation with Brenda. I will put your Instagram in our description here as we upload this video, so everybody can get a hold of you. And let me be the first one to just let everybody know, Brenda will be coming back to my summit. Won't be till 2021, but we're so honored to have you back as a keynote speaker, so they can come and meet you in person and experience your genius and everything you can give back to all of us, especially as women in business. And now we're in the business of homeschooling and being more of a wife, more of mothers. There's so much more on our plate now. And I really want to do everything I can to support women, keeping us uplifted. And this is a small piece. This is a big piece to help women feel beautiful and confident.
Right, so let me say this. So because we're stuck at home, Aurea, and to the ladies out there, go into your closet and put one of your special pieces on. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. You don't have to spend your whole day in your PJs. You can just, put a little bit of makeup on, put a nice dress on, put a nice outfit on, and it's going to uplift your day. I promise.
Great advice. Great advice. Get up, get dressed. We did that as an entrepreneur. Every single day. I remember a lot of my mentors told us, get up, get dressed, get ready for the day, even if you're just working at home, because that could be a detriment. Working at home can very easily get into time goes by, and then you end up cleaning the windows and doing all this. But if you get correct dressed for work, you go into your office and you were much more accomplished. So that is awesome. I hope everybody goes to Instagram, follows you. You've got a great Instagram going now. I was just over there. It's full of wonderful style and fashion. Keep it up, Brenda. Do you have a closing word for anybody on style and fashion as we say goodbye for now? Any closing piece of advice?
Oh, from me?
Yes, from you.
Just whatever you do, do it with style.
I love that. Brenda, I love you. Thank you so much. Brenda Cooper Style, you are a godsend. God bless you. Stay safe, stay healthy. And everyone watching, we want to help you earn more so you can live more, so you can give back more. Have a great day. Love you all. Until next time, Aurea McGarry signing off from Success Talk. Go out and be
Bye.
successful. Bye, Brenda.